Drama-loving narcissists are well known for starting all kinds of fights about anything and everything. And since we can't stop a narc from constantly needing to battle, what we can do is change how we react to this behavior. This video is filled with phrases you can use to disarm the narcissist and some other helpful tips to keep in mind when you do have to go to war with an incredibly toxic person. This is how you win every single fight. Firstly, if this person tries to engage you in a conversation and it's not vital that you have a conversation or respond to the person at all, don't respond at all. I won't rant about no contact, but I have to mention it here. If you have the ability, then you have the responsibility to go no contact. However, not what we're talking about. If you do need to respond to a hostile narcissist, do so as calmly as possible. Going up against a narc when you're sad or angry, maybe both, not only fuels them because they love your emotional reactions, but it's so much easier for them to get the best of you when your emotions are running high. It's easier for them to manipulate you, to control you, to maneuver you, manage you, and gaslight you. Rest assured, you trying to stay calm might encourage them to up the ante and try harder to get a rise out of you, but that's kind of what it's all about. The more you try to stay calm, the more they're going to push you. Sometimes all we can do is be aware of this behavior and do our best to get through it. Survivor, this is a narcissist. You are not arguing to solve an issue because you have a disagreement. You're fighting because this person, frankly, is bored or upset or feels the need to punish you. Stay cool, calm, and collected. There's nothing to solve here. For the next tip, let's tap into a little Gray Rock 101. When you do have to say something again, say as little as possible. And I always talk about this when I discuss Gray Rock. Give these people as little to go on as possible. Don't use 7 words when 4 will do. Don't explain yourself. We'll get into that later. Answer the question as simply and purely as you can. Do what needs to be done as emotionless as you possibly can. That's what Gray Rock is all about. Being flat, dull, emotionless, and boring. Like a good old Gray Rock. I have a video coming where I want to go more in depth about how to Gray Rock a narc in more detail, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video that I have coming up shortly. Another really necessary thing to keep in mind through all of this fighting and carrying on is this fighting, again, has absolutely nothing to do with you. They're not looking to solve a problem. There's no disagreement where there can be a compromise and a decision. It's someone arguing who likes to argue for the sake of arguing. We aren't perfect, and we absolutely make mistakes, but nothing merits getting yelled at and screamed at and this fighting that never stops, that keeps going around and around. Remember this, survivor. None of this is because of you. This person has pretty severe issues, and it's not up to you to take responsibility for that or to help them through what they're going through. If you'd like to talk with me one-on-one, I invite you to book a chat session with me. Gain skills, clarity, and insight into healing from a narcissistic relationship from a fellow survivor. Share your experience and vent in a safe, judgment-free space. Links and information are available down in the video description. There are some great things to keep under your hat and remember when you do end up arguing with a narcissist. Of course, be cool, be calm, don't let them control you, don't act like a crazy person, don't give them what you're looking for, don't allow yourself to be bulldozed and bamboozled. But let's just say that, for the sake of argument here, we're human. And we do end up getting into it and having an all-out battle with a narc. What are some things we can say to pretty much disarm and end this little battle that's happening? Number 1, if you continue on this way, I'm done talking. Boundaries are key when dealing with a narcissist. We need to be cool and collected as well as confident. But also, we have to know when things just aren't going anywhere with a person, and we need to know when we're not being respected. You can feel like I'm wrong, I'm bad, I made a poor choice. That's fine. But we're not going to yell. We're not going to scream, act like fools, or be petty. We're going to be 2 adults who can respect each other and come to a solution. In this example, you're giving a narcissist a boundary and a consequence if they want to push that boundary. You will leave if they don't change up the way they're talking to you. Survivor, flat out, don't do this if you don't think you can do the consequence. If you're not willing to command and demand respect from another human being, then don't blow hot air, honestly. You'll look like a joke. Only do this if you can walk away when they continue to disrespect you. Boundaries are important. Consequences are even more important. They need to be shown that they can't do what they're doing. Number 2, I don't have to explain myself to you. And honestly, Survivor, you don't have to explain yourself to them. You don't need to defend yourself or defend your honor. You don't need to explain things or explain why something hurts you, explain why something is important to you to somebody who should already know. We waste a lot of time defending and explaining and treating the narcissist like they're stupid. And they're not. They get us rambling on like this in self-defense while they slide right off the hook and continue to gaslight. Number 3, no. Ah, what a wonderful word. You can use any variation of this, and they are plentiful. I'm not available at that time. That doesn't work for me. Nah, I don't think I'll be doing that. That's not in my best interest. No, thank you. I appreciate it, but nah. And so on. This person doesn't own you. You are not property. Stand up and speak up for yourself when something makes you uncomfortable. And in all fairness, they don't know you don't like it if you don't tell them. Granted, they're not going to care and they're not going to respect it, even if you do tell them. But still, if you have never told them that something makes you uncomfortable, they won't know. Number 4, let's do this later. Sometimes a narc just goes on and things get nowhere really quickly. You feel like you're being manipulated and gaslighted. And if you feel that way, then you probably are. So what you do is you leave the conversation / come on, it's an argument. So you step away, let them know you need a break, and make sure you keep this boundary. If you feel like you're being gaslighted, let the person know. I feel like you're trying to maneuver me right now. I feel like you're trying to gaslight me. So I'm going to be ending things right here. I'm going to step away. Maybe we can try to work this out later, but for right now, you're trying to confuse me and I don't appreciate it and I need a break. Number 5. Yeah, that's just not how I see things. This is a great thing to say. Let a narcissist know that you can't be tricked or gaslighted. Well, you might very well remember A, B, C, X, Y, Z, but I remember 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't allow this person to make you doubt yourself or lose your grip on what really happened and what didn't. Narcissists have every reason to lie to you, Survivor, and to try to alter your perception of reality. If you think that you're losing your mind, remember that there's a person in your life who would greatly benefit if they got you to believe that you lost your mind. What other phrases completely disarm a narcissist and don't allow them to fight with you any further? What other tips and tricks ensure that you walk away a winner without having to fight and stoop to their level? Let me know down in the comments, and which of these phrases have you actually used? Spill the tea with me below. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great day, Survivor, and take care of yourself.